What's up, gang? Back at it again with another semen retention video. Subscribe if you enjoy this stuff. Hey, I've got a little time here on this drive, and I had a thought here that I think will help a lot of you truly understand the value of semen retention streaks, right? Not just this principle of like, okay, I'll do it sometimes, and then I won't do it, and then I'll do it, and I'll, I found that in life, when I don't go all in on something, it's usually because I don't truly understand the value of it or truly understand how it works, and that's kind of the holdup. So hopefully with this, I give you a little bit more understanding of the value of this and how this works, and maybe the next time you think about releasing, it'll help you reframe a little bit. Side note, this road is wildly bumpy. These back roads up north, I don't know what to do for you, but we're gonna stick through. Think about it like this. Think of your semen retention streak as your investment account, your savings account, your investment account with your money. And when you just start your semen retention streak, it's like you're just starting to put money away in your retirement portfolio or investment account or whatever. So at first there's not much there, and it's kind of slow. Let's call it your sperm bank. I came up with that in another video. I think that's relevant. Pun intended. It's your sperm bank. Literal bank of sperm. Think about it like this, though. You're starting your investment account, and at first there's not much money in it, right? You're putting away, putting a couple $100 in a month or something, or maybe less, and every year maybe just, $1,000, $2,000 a month. Is that going to turn into a life-changing amount of money right away in the near future? No. But what happens is it slowly does start to change who you're becoming, right? That you don't immediately jump into this version of you that's a liquid millionaire that has all this money stored away in your accounts, right? But you do become this version of you that starts to prioritize it, that starts to see the benefit, and is slowly becoming the version that is worthy of more money, that is a version that has the nervous system aligned, programmed in a way that you can hold more and more abundance. And that's the gradual journey of it all. The same goes for your semen retention, right? So if you have been depleting yourself for years and years and years and years and years, well, guess what? Once you start saving up that semen retention, saving up your seed, putting it into your sperm bank every day, it's gonna seem like it's going very slowly. Everybody has these expectations of oh, I'm on day 7, I should be getting attention from all these women, or I'm on day 7, why aren't my manifestations coming sooner? Why isn't everything happening easier? Why isn't whatever? Oh, well, some guys were saying it was crazy after day 30, but mine, I'm in a flat line. It's yeah, you might have been more depleted. You might have had negative money in your bank account, and you had to put coins in that piggy bank just to break even, get back to zero before you can start going into the green and into the positive. You're in the red, bro. But inevitably, if you keep doing it, if you keep putting away, storing that sexual energy day after day after day after day, the bank account starts to fill up, the investment account starts to fill up. And this is the beautiful thing, it starts to compound. And if you can just Agree to be the version of yourself that prioritizes saving your energy for yourself like it's money, treating it like it's your freaking money. Because it is, guys. It's your life force. It's more valuable than money. Infinitely more valuable than money. You can go make more money, right? But once you run out of life force truly in this life, you're gone. You transition back to the spiritual realm. So every day, think about it. You held your seed for another day, fan-freaking-tastic. You put more money into that little bank account, into that investment account, and guess what? That investment account is going to start to compound with interest. You're going to start to be like, oh, wait. I only had like $1,000 in there, but it says this year I made, $100 or $1,200 or whatever. I made 10% of my money. Cool. And then the next year, it's like, oh, wait, no. I made like, whatever. It's the number keeps compounding on itself. Is this road going to get smoother? Wild. My arm's getting sore holding this camera. Good thing my car drives itself, huh? So, again, guys, now I want you to think about it like this. That's wild. There was a dead raccoon in the road that got hit in the middle of my lane, and my car saw that nobody was coming and moved over to the oncoming traffic lane to swerve around it and then move back into my lane. That's pretty wild. So what I was saying is this. Now imagine, guys, you are on a streak. Okay, you got on a really good semen retention streak. Today, I'm on day 73. And depending on when I post this, I might post it tomorrow. So I guess tomorrow might be day 74, technically, for me. We'll see what happens. But I have a road trip, so I need to double up on content tonight. But you get on a good streak, and you feel like you've got that money in your account now, right? You feel a little different when you got some money in your bank account. When you look at your portfolio, and instead of it being a couple $100, you got 15, 20 grand in there. I'm feeling pretty good, I'm feeling like a baller. Cool. And then you get this urge, this old version of you, right? The gooning version of you, the the degenerate version of you, where you're like, oh, I'm getting horny. Something sets you off. Something sets you off in your environment, in your life, whatever. Maybe it's a woman. You're like, man, I want to release. I got plenty of money saved up. I got plenty of sexual energy saved up. I'm just going to go spill it. But if you're still pretty early on your journey, guys, it is comparable to going into your bank account, taking out all of the money, or almost all of it, and going and blowing it on gambling and degeneracy and going out and taking girls out and like things that you will never see that money back from. It is spent. You went to the casino, had fun with the boys, took a trip, had fun, whatever. The money's gone. And you go back to your bank account, you look at the bank account, and now you feel it because you're like, oh shit. That excitement that I had looking at that account, realizing all that energy, that money that was stored up, which is what money is, by the way. It's just an exchange of energy. All that kinetic energy that was stored up is no longer compounding. And now you look at your compounding rate, and it's either zero if you spent everything, or it's barely moving again. It's like you went back to the beginning. Fuck, I want you to think about
turn right to take the ramp towards Sun Prairie.
Semen retention, your streaks, and breaking your streaks like that, guys. Now, I've heard all these other guys saying it too. When you break your streak, you don't go back to zero. Like, they do compound long term. Yes, I would agree with that, because in the past, I've done 40-day ones, another 40-day, another 30-day, and tons of 20-day ones. And so, like, this one, I'm on day 73, is probably easier for me because I've become this version of me throughout the years that I've been doing this, right? And I have, I have filled my energy bucket up over the years that, sometimes it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. But like, you do that enough, you get some benefit. But what I want you to start thinking about is that thing that you're going to release to,
take the ramp towards Sun Prairie.
Is that corn on the screen and your hand? Is that woman that you're just going out on a date with who you're not into her, so the only box she checks off for you is that she's got an ass to her, like her assets. Like, she looks good. That's like all you're thinking. It's like, I want to smash. Is that worth emptying out your account and starting over? And also sacrificing all the things you could be doing with that money. That money could be building you a house, could be leveraged for you to start a career, start your own business, do all of these incredible things, provide for the people around you. Your whole life benefits from that money. Is it worth emptying that account out, blowing it on that chick, and having to start over, knowing that now the rest of your life has to take a back seat and suffer while you build that energy back up? Is it worth it? And yeah, there might eventually be a woman, you got to speak this into existence, but there might be a woman that does check off all the boxes and you actually want to build a life with her and she's worthy of it and she understands and understands this stuff, and maybe she even protects her sexual energy as well, and it's a perfect fit. The fairy tale, right? Is that unusual in this life? Yeah, but is it something that you can create? Absolutely. For her, and like maybe you guys want to make a kid together, or maybe every now and then you do spill it with her, or you decide you want to. Maybe she's worth it, right? Maybe that is an equal value investment as opposed to just banking up the sperm, the seed, the energy. But if you're just gonna go blow it on the screen, guys, with your hand, or some hoe that doesn't deserve it, that doesn't even like you, that's just gonna walk away and go find the next cock, that's the equivalent of taking that 20 grand, all that money out of either your high yield savings account, your investment account, or whatever that's compounding, that you can see an incredible, rich, luxurious future, abundant future with it, and just taking it and blowing it at the casinos and coming back and starting over with zero. And that should sting. That should suck. That should feel pretty terrible, just so you're aware. That's how I want you to approach these semen retention streaks. And that is why I am always willing to tell you guys what day of my streak I'm on, because it is my credibility to you. These guys out here saying, oh, it doesn't matter, they're weak. Either they're so far along in their journey and they're so built on this, like rewired and rebuilt their brain, their lifestyle and everything, that they're truly holding, and they just don't care to count anymore. I would say there's like 1% of all of us, of the 1% doing this, that are probably at that level. But if they're not to that level, if they're early on in their journey and saying, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't count, they're probably weak. They're early on in their journey. You haven't figured out how to rewire yourself and become the version of you need to be to stay on a long streak. If you're out here letting it go every couple weeks, every month, every 30 days, whatever, you're depleting your bank account. You absolutely are. You're slowing the compounding of the benefits. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh no, that's okay, guys, like you made it 6 days. Like, yeah, great. Get on your streak. Everybody has to start somewhere. Absolutely. I used to be there too, but I was a weaker man when I was there. You got to understand that is weakness. You are spilling because something outside of you is convincing you to do that. You aren't controlling your mind. You aren't controlling your behavior. You aren't controlling your life force, and that is a weak characteristic. As a man, you should despise being told you're weak. You should be despising me right now, saying that I think you're weak if you can't get on a longer streak. And I get it. Things happen, relapses happen, guys. Like, this is not an easy journey. It is not an easy journey. But think about this analogy. You are depleting your bank account, your investment account, and then it stops compounding and you have to start over, and then there's delays. And it's just, you need to understand, is it worth it? Yes or no? If you think it's worth it, then go for it. But if it's just corn on a screen and you're just horny and you're upset and you're emotional and you're lonely, okay, that wasn't worth it. That was not the investment that was worth it. That just means you have a lot of internal emotions to process and let come up, and you're trying to numb it right now. Because guess what? When we release, guys, it numbs us and we don't have to process the emotions that are coming up. I've been there. Trust me, I have been there. So one of the hardest parts of this semen retention journey is you got to be a man. You got to man up enough to be willing to process your emotions. The very thing that culture tells us as men we don't need to do, we need to do the most of. There's going to be anger, sadness, fear, hate, memories of rejection, memories of sadness, whatever. Old relationships, new relationships, all of this stuff is going to come up. And you got to be willing to sit and process through that. And guess what? Every time you do that, you get stronger, you release more, and it gets easier to hold more energy. You remove blocks in your energy centers, you allow this energy to flow up, and it doesn't get stuck in your bottom centers and want to just get released, shot out of your dick onto the sheets, which does literally zero good for your body and your life and your purpose in this lifetime. Zero good. That's not getting you anywhere. So, the next time it gets difficult on this journey, guys, I want you to think about it. Am I willing to go pull a bunch of money out of my investment compounding account right now and spend that compounding money, that interest, that energy on something that isn't actually building towards a great future? And if you're real with yourself and it's a no, which it probably is, then you need to get your mind right in that moment, do some sort of activity or something that changes, the direction your attention is heading in that moment. And you just gotta redirect that energy, and it will pass. And the more you do that, the more you become somebody that does that. And the more you become someone that does that, the easier it becomes to do that. And soon you will find yourself, oh wow, I made it 1 month. Holy shit, I made it 2 months. I made it 60 days. Oh gosh, I'm to day 73. Awesome. I would encourage you, if you are all in on this journey, follow, subscribe to my channel, and also go find all the other guys that are making these channels, this content, semen retention channels. Because guys, you need to be hearing from other men doing this to remind yourself that it is real. There are real benefits. There's also real negative things to releasing. There's cons. There's pros, yes, but there's also cons to releasing. There's real side effects in your life to not taking this seriously and not going all in on yourself with this. So go follow all the channels, guys. I probably follow 30 or 40 different semen retention channels just so I can get motivated myself. Iron sharpens iron. Men need to be encouraging men on this journey. It's a real thing. This will change your life, but it will be one of the more difficult things you've ever done in life if you're just starting from the beginning. Even if you're not, it's still one of the most difficult things, guys. But know your worth, know your value. You are worth investing your energy, your life force into. You are worth it. Do you realize that? If not, you got some inner work to do. You're worthy of it. You just got to realize it and start acting like it. And that's when your life will change. Grateful you guys are here. Hit me up if you got any comments. Drop them in the comment section. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Peace, love, abundance. See you later.